Here are 3 reasons that you should never start painting with acrylics and why these reasons are just total baloney. My name is Nicole and I'm the founder of King Gap Creatives, and I help total beginners who have never even picked up a paintbrush to go from feeling like, man, I could never paint something like that, to, oh my goodness, I can't believe I painted that. And I want to help you do that too. Maybe you're not a beginner, but you just don't have time to figure out your next paint project. That's all right, I got you. So stick around, hit that subscribe button, and we're going to have a lot of fun around here. I'm going to show you a lot about painting with a tracer template. Okay, the first one of these so-called reasons, and this is one that I hear absolutely all the time. People tell me, well, I would like to paint, but I'm just not creative, or I'm just not artistic. Well, there is so much I could say about that. So I'm not even really going to argue that everybody is creative in their own way and that everybody has an artistic side that's buried somewhere in their being. I'm not even going to go there. Instead, I will just say that getting started with a tracer template is a way for you to not have to be super creative and for you to tap in to what you've already got in you. This is just something to get you started. And when you use a tracer template, a lot of people think that it's like cookie cutter. Well, I just traced that and filled in the color. Well, yes, you did, but that was only the beginning. Then you added your own personal touches. And let me tell you something. I have taught a lot of paint parties, and I have never had a paint party where 2 paintings ever turned out just the same. So in a room full of up to 30 people before, I have never had 2 paintings that I could just look at and say, well, those are just alike. That has never happened. So you don't have to be like uber creative. The tracer template is what is going to get you started. And the thing about that is that, you know, once you have it traced out onto your surface, you can use it for either a canvas or a door hanger. You can use it any way you want to. You can do it any size just about that you want to. So tracer templates are a wonderful way to get started, and you don't even have to be able to draw a stick figure to do that. I've done the drawing for you. So all that's left to do is trace that thing out using a little bit of graphite paper and get started painting. The second of the reasons is one that can be valid sometimes. I'm just not even going to lie about it. But there's a workaround for anything that we want to do bad enough. So I hear a lot of people tell me, I would love to paint, but I just don't have time. So while there legitimately are seasons in life where you don't have time to paint or do much of anything other than just take care of what has to be taken care of, I feel like if you're here, then there's something in you that's needing that creative outlet. So, you know, maybe you just need to look at how you could work it in, because we all know that we work in things we have to. And maybe you're saying, well, I don't have to paint. No, technically not. But did you know painting can be a really good way to take care of yourself and do something that's just for you? For me, painting is self-care. It is 100%. It's something that I can do to just relax and unwind. And when I've got a brush in my hand, like, I'm not thinking about all those things that are weighing me down and stressing me out. I'm just thinking about that painting. So just remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, and painting might just be one of the things that fills your cup. So along those lines, you might not be able to commit to coming to a 2-hour paint party, but you could paint a tracer template at home in your pajamas just a little at a time, even if you only had 15 or 20 minutes a night, you know, maybe after you put the kids to bed or after you, whatever you have to do, while you're doing a load of laundry. There are a lot of times ways to work things in when we really want to. And I'm not saying life's not stressful, life's not crazy. I know once you get in that daily grind, it's tough to work in anything extra. But when you look at the benefits and how great this could be for you and how you could have that feeling of saying, you know, I created something that I'm proud of. It really is something that, you know, there are hobbies that take up a whole lot more time with a whole lot less return. So just something to think about. So now for the third of the reasons. A lot of times people tell me, well, I would like to paint, but I just really don't have the money to get started. And just like with time, that can be a legitimate reason. I understand not having much wiggle room in the budget. I'm a retired public educator, so clearly I don't have a lot of money. But as far as hobbies go, painting really is an affordable one. And that's because you can get started so easily with just a tracer like this or like this. And you'll notice these are different sizes. That's because when you print out the larger ones, they all print out. They each print out on a single piece of paper, and then you just tape them together and trace the bigger images. So, but all you need is your tracer that you can just print from any printer at home, or if you don't have one at home, you can print it at work, whatever you need to do to get that tracer printed. And then you just need a piece of graphite paper, also known as carbon paper. Y'all, this stuff is super, super cheap. And look, you can tell this one has been used and used some more. That's the good thing about the carbon paper or the graphite paper. You can use this stuff till it just literally disintegrates. You don't wear out the ink using it over and over again. And all you have to do is just put that down, shiny side down, and then lay your tracer on top of that. And then all you need to trace those lines is just a regular old ink pen. That's it. It's so simple, and it doesn't cost much at all. And then once you get your template tracer traced off, then all you need is just a few really inexpensive paintbrushes. Now I want to show you the ones that I take to paint parties. There's this 1-inch wash brush, and it's good for painting backgrounds, and you can even turn it up. This one, the edge is not as crisp as when it was new, but especially with a newer brush that has not seen a lot of wear and tear, you can get in a lot of the little nooks and crannies with a 1-inch brush like this. Even places that maybe you didn't realize you could get in, you thought it was too big, you can turn it just the right way and angle in there. But it's really good for backgrounds and larger areas. And then if you need a smaller brush, this 1/4-inch flat brush is really good for getting in tight places. And this one also has seen a lot of wear. When they're newer and the edge is a little sharper, you can get in a little bit better, but don't ever throw these away, because the ones that have seen a lot of wear are really good for shading and blending. So I keep them all. I don't ever want to throw away anything that I can still use. And this one is just a little round brush or liner brush. I get these 3 brushes in big packs on Amazon in bulk. But maybe you don't need a big pack of bulk brushes. Maybe you just need something to get you started. I just want to show you a couple of examples of some packs you can get for really cheap. These, I'm just going to be honest with you, I am not sure where I got these, but this would be a good pack to get started with. They really have everything that you would need. And you know, you just basically have to just tinker around with it and figure out which brush works best for you, which brush feels most comfortable in your hand, which do you like the best. But this pack would just about do it. This pack right here, you can see the price is $4.99. I did get this one at Hobby Lobby, and there's all these brushes, which just in this one section would be everything you need. But then it also had a middle section and an end section with a lot of other different kinds of brushes. So really, really affordable as far as brushes go. I was even in Dollar General this week, and they had some brushes ranging from about $5.50, $6.50 some up to $7 something, but they had so many brushes, and I was so impressed, and I thought, you know, next time I need brushes, I'm going to go to Dollar General, because a brush is a brush. You don't need to spend a lot of money on paint brushes. So just know that painting is an affordable hobby, and you don't need to go in for all the fancy gadgets. I don't even use an easel. I just paint on my tabletop. So you might eventually want to branch out and get some more kind of tools and things, but really that's all you need. Oh, and paint. If you're gonna paint, you could use some paint. But I really like the Deco Art Americana. But that said, any kind of paint will do. The apple barrel that they have at Walmart is just fine. Dollar General, again, has some good paint there. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, you can get paint all different kinds of places. You can even get, it's not the Americana, but you can get some Deco Art at the Dollar Tree. So that tells you how affordable that is. So just grab any old kind of paint. The only reason I have a preference for the Deco Art Americana is just because I feel like it covers a little bit better. Even though it's a little more expensive, you might do just as well in the long run, because like this might only take one coat, whereas something else might take 2 or 3. So I like the Deco Art Americana, but it is not a must. I would paint with whatever I could get my hands on just to get started. So yes, painting, super, super affordable. So those are the 3 reasons or myths or just plain nonsense for why you shouldn't get started with acrylic painting. Because you don't have to be super creative or artistic. You don't even have to be able to draw a stick figure, because I've done the drawing for you. It's all there on the tracer. Not having enough time, again, that can be a legitimate reason, but you know, a lot of times we make time for the things that are really important to us. And I just want you to know, you're worth it. If you really want to paint, I just want to encourage you to find that time to do this thing for yourself, because a lot of times, especially as women, we just do so much for other people, and you need something that's just for you. So try to make the time to do something for you, whether it's painting or whatever. Just do something that is just for you. And as far as the expense, it's really not. It's really affordable to get started. So I hope that you will take these 3 reasons or myths and kick them to the curb, and that you'll get started painting today. And I hope that you will have just as much fun with it as I have, because I love it.